Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Every man is not going to support your self-improvement. Every man is not going to support you leveling up. Every man is not going to support you improving your body through body game. Every man is not going to support you getting a better barber or getting a barber period or having flyer haircuts, putting a little bit of money in, dressing better and everything. One thing I found, when you're trying to level up, when you're self-improving, you're trying to do better for your life, everybody's not going to support you. Ironically, women will support you. Ironically, women be like, hey, what's up? Hey, big head. Send you some texts and stuff, because women do that all the time. That's another thing. Shoot, women who have rejected you, all of a sudden you start looking good. They be like, I've been thinking about you. I thought you was always cute. That's ironic, but hey, the fellas though, if you hanging around like a group of guys who aren't doing well with women, aren't doing well with life, that just life period, regardless of what metric you use, you ain't working. In fact, let me use that just to show you how big this is. Okay, you barely keeping a job, and your education level or certification level ain't where it could be and everything. And if you have friends at all, you usually hanging around guys like that. In fact, in the age of social media, you got whole platforms with guys on that level. They ain't doing well. But all of a sudden, once you get one, and y'all probably seen this, y'all probably got stories, more stories than I even have. Once they see you starting to do better, all of a sudden, they get attitudes. All of a sudden, you ain't complaining about women the same way. All of a sudden, you don't have time to hang out because, you not only got a job, you got a part-time job. Shoot, you might want to move. You moving. If they even help you move, they looking at your place like, oh, wait a minute, you leveling up. Wait a minute, you got this nice place. And you think they cool with you. Nah, they ain't gonna feel it. All of a sudden, you get that nice woman. All of a sudden, you hanging around with a bunch of guys complaining about women complaining. All of a sudden, you not just get a girlfriend, you get an attractive girlfriend. And you would think they would be happy and everything. Nah, they be sitting back. In fact, one of them might do some scuzzy stuff and try to talk to that woman behind your back. Or, try to throw a monkey wrench in your game. Sometimes the guys who gonna play and hate the most are your own buddies, or I'm gonna use this, buddies. You thought they were until you start changing up. I'm gonna tell you something now. When you moving up, sometimes you gotta leave some people behind. It's unfortunate. Now, if y'all trying to level up together, that's actually a great thing. Like all of y'all trying to get there. But there's always somebody, and usually it might be a group, they comfortable where they at. It just popped in my mind about this. It was a movie called King Rat. I'd never seen the movie, but I heard about it. Like this guy was running stuff in prison, like in I think a prisoner of war camp. He was running stuff, but then all of a sudden he had to get back out in the world. He wasn't in the same position. Shoot, you got some people now, you got some men now, they don't mind being in prison. They got a sense of power stuff, but shoot, they might even sabotage their own parole hearing just to stay in prison because they got a level of power. And you got some people like that. They get in whatever position they in, they get comfortable with it. But then you that one person who trying to move out of there. You don't want that anymore. You want to move to a better neighborhood. You want to drive a better car. What y'all going to talk about? Because if you look back at it, and I want y'all to seriously think about it, especially men who've leveled up, who've self-improved and everything. Once you were doing that, all of a sudden you don't have the same conversation. Let me use the example of women, online. Now you can there's a ton of pages that just going on women all the time, or every single time, right? And they guys be on there complaining or whatever, and some of these spaces just got some negativity. But then you get that one person like, on, that's cool. I don't want to be on this. All of a sudden, everybody going in on them. I remember it was this one website. I ain't gonna call the name of it, but I would lurk there. And one guy was, and they would just go in on women. And one guy was just laughing, and then, he do some stuff, but then he said, you know what, fellas, it ain't really that bad. Oh, they went in on him. Understand something. You got some men who really don't want to grow. They don't want to be better. And, sadly, you got to leave them behind. You got to leave them behind because ultimately your main relationship is with yourself. I've talked about that with men and women because I say your first relationship with yourself, but that's even with guys you think are your friends. Because you think they're your friends, but yeah, make a move. Because a true friend, they going to encourage you. In fact, they're going to want to come with you. They're going to be like, oh, you doing, oh, shit, I need to get in the gym too. Or at the very least, I'm saying at the minimum, they're going to be encouraging. But your fake friends, these guys who complaining and stuff, oh, they might go in on you. Like, who you think he is? Moving up and everything, And sometimes you just have to go. You got to just leave them behind. You just got to be like, you know what? This ain't somebody I need in my life, because they ain't going to get your back. They ain't going to be a real friend. In fact, if you really look at it, a lot of times they probably already let you down in so many ways. You gotta move on from them. You can't be dealing with them. Because as I always say, your first relationship is with yourself. I talk about being a sovereign man. You got to build your sovereignty. Every man doesn't want to build that. You got a lot of men, they already been under somebody else's control. And anybody in that group, they're going to want to be on the same thing. But you can't hang out with somebody like that. You trying to hit the gym. Shoot, you trying to educate yourself so you can do better. You get an education, certification, whatever, so you can do better. And a lot of times you get some guys, they not trying to be helpful. And deep down, some might even go to the point of trying to sabotage what you're doing. Like I said, let me use that woman example again. How many guys out there, think about it. You talking to this fine woman, then it's one of your so-called boys either trying to hit on her or throw some salt in your game. I was like, hold up, I thought you were cool with me. Nah, they don't want to see you move up because then it points the spotlight on them. And a lot of people, they in that situation where they good where they at. And sometimes you got to, your friends, I'm gonna tell you what. And this goes on so many levels. Sometimes you gotta leave them behind. Sometimes you gotta leave your own family behind. Because people want you to be in the same position as them, but you trying to be best. And sometimes you gotta go. Now, if they really love you, shoot, they trying to come with you. If they really love you and support you, in fact, you should inspire them. What should be happening is you inspiring them to go to a higher level with you. You inspiring them. But that's the thing. A lot of times that's not happening. But all you can really do is just say, you know what? I'm sorry, but I gotta go. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Your first relationship is with yourself. So you working to be the best version of yourself. And if the men are in your circle, in your family, around you, even in your neighborhood, ain't trying to do the same thing, you gotta leave them all right? It is what it is. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.